Alright, my peeps, I've got some to confess. The Plush collection? I sold it. It's all gone. I sold it to this person who strangely insisted that I send everything to his second address for, quote, safekeeping, but he already had a summer picnic prototype, a Sombrero King Pig backpack clip, among a bunch of other one-off items, none of which I saw, but I took his word for it. Anyways, I realized that my youth shouldn't be spent scouring eBay every 5 minutes and collecting memorabilia from a dead gaming franchise. Rather, I should be spending my time studying multivariable calculus, so maybe one day I'll be the midlife crisis guy sitting in his fold-out chair, hoping somebody comments on my car at Cars on Fifth. April Fools, mother plucker! April Fool's Day, what a horribly demoralizing anti-holiday that is at best a mild annoyance, and at worst makes you question the integrity of our society. We know to be on the lookout for these elaborate shams, especially from media personalities or corporate entities. Some of their attempts are excessively ridiculous or obvious, so we can quickly write those off. But others are not so simple, leaving many to question where the timing was truly sheer coincidence. Rovio, believe it or not, has often hit the nail on the head with infamous campaigns such as the Skunk Bird, the Think Geek Pork Rinds, the often forgotten Angry Bird Stretch, and of course the infamous Agribirds, which some people still insist was in development. Can you blame them though? How much time did Rovio actually put into this throwaway gag? Today's topic touches upon various aspects from each of the aforementioned jokes, but has largely flown under the radar within the Angry Birds community. Merchandising was a major contributor to the early successes of Angry Birds, at one point making up 50% of Rovio's total revenue. Sure, the games are why we're all here, but many, myself included evidently, have gravitated more towards the collectibles that tangibly convey our passion for the franchise and the characters from it. The merchandise, more specifically the plush collectibles, are as timeless as the original games and inhabit our own reality. Since these products essentially accounted for half of the brand at one point, it seems logical that an April Fool's prank on the behalf of Rovio would eventually target the plush collectors. But since this is Rovio, let's not promote the joke. We'll leave it for them to figure it out. And figure it out we did. Countless Angry Birds t-shirts were sold back in the day, some more iconic than others, often featuring unique art or creative designs, so you could represent the brand in style. You'll be hard-pressed to find any cohesive theming between any of them, though 2012 introduced the one exception, the Nerdy Birdy series. A handful of t-shirts were released by licensee Fifth Sun featuring nerdified Angry Birds characters, so internet nerds like yours truly could look like even bigger losers than we already are. I find many of the designs to be quite charming, and I dearly wish I had transparent PNGs of them all. There has to be an official Angry Birds style guide out there somewhere in the Rovio headquarters. Even characters like Stella and Girlbird got in on the action. These t-shirts gained a cult-like following at the time, though unfortunately the accessorized characters plastered on them would stay relegated to the shirts. Rovio had the opportunity to reintroduce them for their upstart fun learning initiative under Angry Birds Playground, but that never ended up happening. You may be familiar with the National Geographic books, but no such nerd ever appeared in them. The only appearance of a Nerdy Birdie outside of the t-shirts was on ToyWiz.com, where a listing for an official red Nerdy Birdie plush toy was created alongside the other 2012 listings. Interestingly, the listing actually spells Nerdy Birdie incorrectly with an IE instead of a Y. Or perhaps this is the correct way and the t-shirts are wrong. Either way, somebody messed up here. Not that it mattered anyways, because the item was declared out of stock, and it was the only such item declared out of stock. Typically, there would be a pre-order option for newly listed items. We talk about this all the time, but maybe this was the exception. Nope. Quite literally throughout the entirety of 2012, this listing remained on the website, never once deemed in stock. And it was at this moment we realized we had been played. This one seemed legit too, with a convincing product image that didn't seem entirely implausible. They drove fans nuts all year long, waiting for this thing to finally say new. Since then, many have become skeptical of the image itself. Was this an actual picture of the item, or a Photoshop stock image of a classic red plush? If it was simply a throwaway character, why invest the resources into making it? So that was the presumption. That is, until I embarked on my journey to the Commonwealth Archives. It was there I exclaimed, "Holy shit, you guys actually made this?" out, Commonwealth Toy Novelty had actually used a photo of the real deal. And my oh my, what a sight to behold. These fabric polka dot facade glasses and this plush blue tie brilliantly mirrored the t-shirt sensation. Commonwealth themselves don't understand why they made it. In fact, they were crazy enough to make 4 of them. Maybe there were plans for a possible production run, seeing as how the nerds were created for the sole purpose of merchandising. All I can say for now is this. It's surreal actually owning this guy. Seeing that one photo over and over for over a decade and then looking down and seeing the actual thing in front of me, truly amazing. If you have any comments, questions, or complaints, you can let me know in the comment section below. With that I say, peace out.